Hell Let Loose is a game that has gained popularity in the FPS genre, and many have been wondering why it's not a cross-platform game. In this video, we will explore some of the reasons why Hell Let Loose is not cross-platform. Firstly, cross-platform games can be convenient for friends to get together and game no matter what platform they are on. However, this may not be convenient for the profits of Microsoft and Sony. For example, if all of your friends have a PS5 and you are hoping to game with them, then you will most likely buy a PS5. Moreover, game developers have to provide money to Microsoft and Sony to update their games on their platforms, which can also be present on other gaming platforms such as Nintendo and Steam, and even on app stores. Hell Let Loose reaching parity with its updates on PC and console is quite a challenge for developers, and while that's great for gamers, it doubles the amount of time required for the development team to work out the bugs that arose for each platform. In reality, Hell Let Loose on PC is for players who take the game seriously and want to play the game as it was intended, with a hierarchy of communication and difficult tasks. Whereas console players play the game like it's an arcade shooter, who just want to run around and shoot things, not communicate, and not work as a team to win.
What's up, dude?
Console players want this game to be cross-platform, which in their minds would enlarge the player base with more skilled and serious players. But us PC players know the exact type of player that would be introduced to this die-hard community. It's two different spectrums of players, casuals and hardcore. It's like jumping off a 10-meter diving board versus swimming in the kiddie pool. If you really want to play Hell Let Loose with dedicated and talented players, then it's time to build a PC or sell that console and step up to the real Hell Let Loose experience. With that said, one of the benefits of games not being cross-platform is downtime. If a server goes down for PC, then console could still be up and running just fine, and vice versa. Another reason why Hell Let Loose is not cross-platform is there's an overall advantage in control and movement for keyboard and mouse players compared to a controller. Many console players over the years have felt some lobbies being dominated by keyboard and mouse players. This reason alone is why crossplay should never be forced. In the future, consoles should allow native keyboard and mouse support, which would give players more options for peripherals. Then you could have skill-based matchmaking based on user input, ultimately letting the player decide which input they want to do battle with, regardless of which system they use. The size of the player base depends heavily on this, but the more options the better. Crossplay requires platform holders to want it, and developers to want to work within the confines of different ecosystems. For crossplay to work efficiently, developers have to come up with a system to connect all accounts, and have a main account with your saved game and figure out how to connect each platform, so you and your friends can all game together. Developers also have to rework the UI inside the game and on their site, so navigation is seamless with keyboard and mouse and controllers. Developers have to link everything to each system, and then also provide a join friends system that functions across each platform, while working out a system of communication such as VoIP. This is quite a task, and for Hell Let Loose would just introduce even more bugs than the ones we've been dealing with for the last couple of years. Cheating is another issue. PC players who have never had their egos checked can pay a nominal monthly fee to have the skills necessary to be successful at gaming. Console players with 10-ply personalities may decide to buy a Cronus, which doesn't feature aimbot, silent aim, or ESP, but will get you recoil scripts and macros. Aim assist is another issue, as it's basically soft aimbot. It is meant to combat the performance a mouse gives you. When moving a mouse left to right and then back to left, your screen moves instantly, whereas a controller joystick has to cross over the center to start your screen moving in the opposite direction. This delay in movement is where aim assist comes into play. There is a difference between aim assist and aimbot, but the former has become an acceptable form of cheating over the years, and is implemented in many games. Keyboard and mouse players don't want to play competitive FPS shooters against controller players that have aim assist, and controller players don't want to constantly get shit on by skilled keyboard and mouse players. This is a tricky situation, which for Hell Let Loose leaves the controller players on Xbox and PS5 to go head-to-head with the same peripherals, the same spec consoles, and both having aim assist. Hell Let Loose for PC doesn't have aim assist. And as a controller player myself, playing on PC, I don't ever want to have a barrage of new players playing with this low-level cheat system known as aim assist. In conclusion, there are several reasons why Hell Let Loose isn't cross-platform. Cross-platform games require platform holders and developers to work within different ecosystems. Moreover, some games are just better suited to certain platforms, and not all gamers play games in the same way. With cheating being a huge issue in many games, forcing console gamers to play cross-platform can lead to some very unfair advantages, not to mention higher frame rates and higher FOV. Ultimately, it's up to developers to carefully consider the pros and cons before making their game cross-platform. But for Hell Let Loose, it's clear that it's not the best option.